Special thanks to Trey_full_of_ash for giving us permission to use this. Check out his Reddit page in the description. Ever since we moved in our new old house my father bought, I was in 4th grade. It started almost immediately. When I went to sleep, I heard footsteps in the hallway, I heard my father snoring in his room and my sister turning in her bed with metal bed frame in her room. The footsteps always stopped right outside my doorway. Then something started to happen on daytime. I was alone with our family dog in our house. I was always scared shitless and so was our dog. I heard strange bang noises in different rooms and our dog went crazy. It got more worse the more scared I became. During days I would yell in our house that this was my home and whoever it was to go away. But during the night, the entity got closer every night. It didn't stop anymore in front of my doorway. It started to step in my room, then step in front of my bed, then sit on my bed. The final day I was home alone again with our dog. I was shaking in living room couch with a knife, our dog right beside me growling and staring the hallway. Then I heard this loud bang, like a cabinet fell over or something. Our dog went absolutely crazy and I took the kitchen knife, and went screaming how I'm not afraid to search the noises reason. Nothing had fallen. That night, I was like glued to the wall in my bed. I was panicking when I heard the footsteps, they got closer and closer like always. I was shaking and had trouble breathing. The thing sat on my bed next to me, but then, it crouthed over and I felt hot breathing on my neck, my eyes were closed and I thought that this was it. I was going to die. Suddenly, it said my freaking name. Gently and hushingly. I let out the biggest scream ever and jumped up and ran straight to my sister's room hysterically crying. She woke up and asked what happened and I just cried and stuttered that the man said my name. She asked what man and I screamed the man that comes to my room every night. After that some days later my dad hit me and I moved with my mother. I lived there for a few years and moved back to my dad. My sister was living on her own now. I moved in my sister's old room. Even though I was now 14, I was too scared to sleep in my old room. I slept with my door closed but still, every night I heard the same dreadful footsteps in the hallway. Few months went by and I was at my sister's place visiting. Old stuff was brought up and my sister asked me did I remember the man I told her when I was 10. I said that I never forgot and asked why she asked. She told me that on that night when I ran to her room crying and told her sobbing about the man, she acted brave for me but when I told her, her blood run cold. She told me that every freaking night she heard the same footsteps for months. She just thought it was me. When I moved to my mom's apartment, she heard every night those footsteps, wandering on the hallway. That's when she realized it wasn't me. I lived in the house just me and my father for 4 years. Every time I was alone, didn't matter if it was day or night. I heard it walk around the house. Sometimes when I sat on couch watching a movie, my father's door would open behind me and it walked from the room to stand behind my back. Sometimes it would put its hand on my shoulder, I think. I would feel it standing behind me and then feel this warm, tinkling sensation on my shoulder at a shape of a palm. The man didn't come to my sister's old room. It would stand in front of the doorway, but never step in the room. It was like the only room in the whole house out of its reach. The man has done something to everyone who has come to our house. Middle of the day, it touched my grandma's shoulder, would yank everyone's feet who had fallen asleep on the couch, would hit walls or just wander around the house. I found it kinda amusing that people who didn't believe in ghosts, would be scared shitless and started to believe after spending some time in our house. Before I moved back to my mom's place at 16 years old, I wasn't scared of it anymore. It didn't hurt me or anything like that. And who knows, maybe it was just checking up on me that I was alright when I was a child. I'm 20 years old now and live in a different city. My dad lives in the house by himself now, but every time I visit him, I just know that the man is still there. If there would be a way to get him from my father's home to my place I would do it. I kinda miss having it around.